So, mission for this evening.
User joined your channel.
As a just kind of prelude, this is part of a two-part overall campaign, with the campaign being called Reclaim Valor. The first part of this campaign occurred in the island cluster of Pulau, which is southwest of the Cuban sector, or Cuban island area. We were there primarily we were there as U.S. Marines, part of the 2nd Naval Fleet of the Atlantic side.
User left your channel.
Anyway, we were there to counteract a known Russian incursion of basically lots of military force, and we basically had to repel the invasion, search for Scud missile sites, confirm them, and send the intel to command. And then basically, once we do that, then we move in and enclose and suffocate the Russians in terms of their military supply lines. We got to step 3 of that. However, the Russians, in a last-ditch effort, and I guess as part of their overall plan, violated countless Geneva Conventions and basically effectively removed themselves from the UN and dropped 3 30-megaton nuclear warheads on the island cluster and the entirety of the 2nd Fleet, completely wiping us out. We lost over 3,000 Marines and 1,100 Navy sailors, but just the nature of nuclear devastation, that number is probably a lot higher because of how nuclear war works and the scars and the burns on those who perish.
User joined your channel.
With all that said, as of 0400 this morning, we are officially at war with the Russian state. Ultimate diplomatic ties have been cut, and pretty much the UN is declared war in some way or another. Sides have been drawn, lines in the sand have been written. We have multiple factions going to war right now. But as far as we're concerned, we are acting as the U.S. Army tonight. We are the 91st Division, stationed here at Nellis Air Force Base, located in Yellowstone, Wyoming. And if any of y'all read the initial briefing that I handed out earlier, the situation is pretty dire. For those who can't read or who are completely illiterate, but
that's me.
Right now, we are at DEFCON level 0, which is actually a little known DEFCON number, known only by those who are in government. Basically, DEFCON 0 means we are at full-out nuclear war, and all preventative measures basically need to be disregarded, and we are switching over to how to basically avoid mad or mutually assured destruction. President is now inside Raven Rock facility, and much of the rest of the government is in COGCOM level 1, which is continuation of government. And they have been dispatched away from DC out to the surrounding hills, as well as the Cheyenne research base. We do have confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in Miami, San Diego, Houston, and Washington, D.C. This all happened as about 0300 this morning. It is currently 0600. Russian troops, after the nuclear fallout, Russian troops have landed and are pushing through the ruins of Houston and have already made their way up into the central heartland of America. Texas has basically been taken in under 2 hours, and they are now moving to secure Wyoming and Idaho and basically cut the country in half. We are basically the last stand. We are all that remains between them cutting the country in half, and then once they do that, they'll have us on the flanks, and we might cease to exist as a free nation. We only have one objective for tonight, and that is to defend Nellis and this area at all costs, whatever the stakes. With all that said, here's some basic intel of what we have regarding our locale. We are currently located at Nellis, which is on the north side of the park and the land area that we're in. On the screen right now is a picture of the overview of the base, with primarily the base being on the the center bottom of the picture. This next slide is the airport that we're going to have to defend, essentially. We're going to be redeploying there in about 5 mics once we kit up and get squads assigned. This is the point we're going to have to hold this, where we're making our stand against the Russians. Basically, Nellis is where we're at right now. The airport is the local airport for Yellowstone. If the Russians manage to capture that, though, they can get air superiority. So that will be a massive blow in trying to repel them and repel their advance. And I'll just remind you all that we are the last major military base in the central United States. So if they take that, they'll be able to launch airstrikes across other cities around the nation, and like I said, it could be absolutely catastrophic. With all that said, this picture is looking to the south, so it is a picture of the airport looking to the south, particularly towards Point Bravo. That caldera that is kind of on the top left of the picture, that clearing, that is Point Bravo, kind of in that general vicinity. That's where we're going to station you guys. We have a couple of other Army divisions that are stationed here that are going to be moving to the second point, which is Point Alpha. They're going to be basically repelling and doing their best to counteract the Russian armor advance onto the airport from that direction. As you can see on the map, there are 2 blue arrows. Those indicate the 2 friendly pushes and friendly holding points. This is going to be kind of a detailed defense-focused operation. Hopefully that was really obvious. We have 2 towers located at the airport, Tower 1 and Tower 2, as well as 3 logistical supply bases, 1 for fixed wing, 1 for helos, and 1 for ground vehicle assets. Ground is blue, helos are green, fixed wing, you guys are orange. Hopefully it's pretty obvious. The Russians are coming in from the south, and they're going to try and take the airfield. We need to stop them doing that. Point Bravo, in detail, this is where you guys are going to be stationed for the first part, where this will have multiple strategies going on for how we're going to defend basically our homeland, but also this specific sector. They can't really push the armor through the trees, at least up until that point. So they're going to the most obvious route is going to take the caldera up to Point Bravo, which is a heavily, obviously, as you're seeing in the picture, very heavily fortified. There are multiple resupply points there, so you guys, in terms of ammo usage, do not worry about it. However, this goes as an aside to everybody, including leads and SOAR. You are not disposable tonight. Throwing your bodies at the problem is not going to be a valid solution, since I am not myself, but I actually have some code running on right now that will keep track of each person's death that only I can see, that basically once it hits a certain point, we are going to have to fall back. So basically you cannot just run out into the open, shoot, kill one guy, die, and then expect for that to work, because that will count against your quota. If it maxes out, we automatically fall back. So squad leads, take that into consideration when you're using your strategy. You guys are not disposable. The number, I'm not going to tell you what the number is, but it is not like so ridiculous as you guys can die multiple times, or sorry, KIA multiple times, but you can't, at the same time, you can't just keep going and going and going. So use that within reason. Anything is fair game, except banning Russian vehicles. And that might seem counterintuitive, but there's a very good reason, and that is thanks to these guys over here. It is going to be far, far too complex in the logistical chain and the command chain over radio for the U.S. Air Force, as they're known now, to be able to support you guys on the ground. And you guys are going to want them up 24/7 if possible. They're going to be running sorties the entire time, because without casts, you guys are going to get fucking stormed. Russian armor is just going to keep coming at you, and they're going to throw everything they fucking got. So, AT people, get up. This is your mission. AR people, get up. you're doing cleanup duty. You basically have to, whatever you guys are your main fighting powers. Not everybody's gonna be AR, obviously, but ARs, AT, you guys are the key points. They're the key focal backbone of tonight's operation since we're in defense mode, as well as SOAR is. Out of all of that, protect your guys up in the air. So whichever you can do to protect guys in the air, whether it's you spot man pads, iglas, AAA, you call that shit out, and you call it out fast, because that's something that if a single bird goes down, that is gonna is huge, absolutely huge. And obviously, the squadron commander for the USAF knows that as well. So anyway, with all that said,
User joined your channel.
here's our general overall strategic plan. Team leads, you can start working on your micro strategy right now. I see you marking up the map as well. Good. As far as your guys' right flank, so I'm talking, you guys are going to be pointed to the south. Your right flank, which will be the other black cross on the map. Do not worry about that. Command, that is myself, will radio down. We'll let you know if that has collapsed, if we need to redeploy assets, etc. Basically, leads, you don't have to worry about that. Same thing with the USAF guys. Don't worry about that sector.
Sorry. Left the phone.
Fucking 1989, we don't have cell phones yet, god damn it. Alright. Now, fallback point. If they take the airfield, the next major logistical point that is valuable for the take is the solar power station and the weapons plant located in a Washburn facility, which is northeast of the airfield. That will be our fallback point. And as to how you're going to get there, do whatever the fuck you can to get there. That's all I can say. It's going to probably be a scramble if we have to fall back. Use whatever vehicles you have that are remaining at the airport. And that leads me into my second point. Get back over to the airport. So, vehicles at the airport, they're of finite use. That means one time. If they go down or are disabled, in terms of if you can't repair them, like they're blown up, whatever, they ain't gonna just magically respawn. So make use of your vehicle resources and protect them. Same thing with the air power down there. If everything down there is not gonna just respawn magically. So again, make use of it. Same thing with your, you treating yourselves as not disposable, your vehicles are not disposable.
Can sappers be semi-certified for this up as engineers?
Yeah, that'll work. Wait one, let me finish up here.
Much for heart making mission.
Alright. So, fallback point. Point Washburn. Main defense point is the airport. Tower 1 and Tower 2 you're going to be your overall, they look just like those towers over there. They're going to be your good overwatch points for those who are running long range or such, or who want to run JTAC or coordinate the ground and air assets. Those will be good command points because they'll give you a good overview of the airfield. Tower 1 should give you good vantage looking at this blue cone here. So has that sight line is pretty good that direction.
Anybody got Hart's phone number?
Not sure. FOB base building. Use trenches. Do your best to use trenches.
Did we get that? Oh, never mind.
Alright, I believe that is everything. This will be a hell of a brawl. So, like I said, we are the last line of defense. Do your best, guys. Do your absolute best. Yes, sir.
Are we going to be transporting everyone?
Negative. Negative. Transports will be handled by the 2nd Support Division. It'll be essentially AI that'll be running transports if needed, or assist by God.
Are we going to be transporting them down to the base from here, or
Negative. No.
Okay.
No.
What's our armor assets at the airport?
It's
At the
literally just
airport.
gonna ask.
Whatever
At the airport, you guys, I'll just give you an exact number.
Hey, hearts in the lobby.
You have
Hey.
2 M1A1 Abrams. You have 2 M1A2 ODS variant of the Bradleys. You have a fuck ton of quad bikes. You
User
have
left your channel.
logistical. You have like standard transport trucks. Oh, that leads me to my next point. Due to a fuel / computer error within some of the trucks, and it'll be pretty obvious as to which ones you should not use. There is red tape around them. Fair warning, if you use those, the 91st is not responsible for any crimes against humanity that may occur against you.
Sounds fun.
Don't use those, basically. There's something going on with them. The ones that are not in the tape should be fine.
Do we have the logistics so we can set up tank traps, or is it kind of on our own?
You're
there?
gonna be using the terrain. The logistics is literally up until this point. Like, we've built up what we can.
User
There is no
joined your
more
channel.
fortification except what you guys can dig with your own shovels. So what you have is what you got. Make do with what you can. Use your vehicles in the right situations. Use the cover, the natural terrain, etc.
Well, the
In addition to the armor assets, you guys have 2 tow-mounted Humvees, 2 50 cal Humvees, and 2 grenade launcher mounted Humvees as well. And as for the birds, for the helos that are down there, we got 2 attack little birds, 1 Apache, and 1 attack variant Blackhawk.
Wallace.
Now, the USAF, we do have access to the F-16. F-16 and the A-10 are both fair game tonight. However, they were not going to be based out of. They're not going to be based out of the airport. They're going to have to be based out of the Nellis Air Force Base back here. And that's pretty obvious. You could use the screens to get to where you need to go around the base. Those assets I will be keeping track of as well, but due to the nature of what we're going up against, you shouldn't expect to see many MiG-29s or any interceptor variants or MiG-25s, etc. If you do, then obviously take them down. Their main focus is going to be probably in a ground attack role.
So Su-25s with cluster bombs. How many T-72 platoons, roughly?
I wish I could tell you that. We're on the defensive. I have no fucking idea how much they're going to throw at us. Like I said, we have to hold the line, do what we can with what we have. So, as far as armor to expect, I would expect the lower variant of the T-72s,
User left your channel.
and the BMPs are going to be relatively low armored BMPs. Same thing with the BTRs. Those are the 3 main classes of armor they're going to throw at you. So, and obviously infantry, expect infantry contact. So the normal. AAA is also going to be present. So make sure you call that out, like I said earlier.
So we're defensive. Can we use Alice packs to carry more ammo for both the ARs and for ourselves?
That's going to be up to the leads to
Yes.
discretion, but I mean that's okay by me. It's just whether or not you guys want to be able to carry more or be able to climb over shit. Because if you carry too much, you won't be able to climb over walls. So take that into consideration. But yes, I'm personally okay with that. All right.
User joined your
Best
channel.
of luck. Good luck. Godspeed. You guys have 5 minutes to sort squads and kits, and then we will be. I will handle us getting to the airport for defense.
Gonna be on 312.
312.
Radio. Yeah, that's illegal. Alright, we're taking both of these things here. Get in.
Radio check 8-6 in the Humvee.
Okay, can you guys hear me again? Andy, do we have a vehicle that we're supposed to take?
Hello.
Who's on this Humvee?
Star one. Ghost.
Casey.
Alright, keep the windows rolled up for right now.
Alright, let's move out. The other Humvee and the track vehicle are gonna follow behind us.
Our track Vic.
Yep, that's our track Vic that I'm taking.
Hey, Bear, you on 8-6 inside the tracked Vic? Oh wait, shit, that's command channel. I didn't even be on 8-0.
Hey, Andrew.
Right?
Use Ace to join up on me. No, I assume they taught you that. You good? Is your T-FAR on? Yeah. Like, do I sound like I'm 3D for you? Like I'm moving around doing shit? Cool.
I need to get my.
No, you don't have one for this.
We're not gonna be very far. All the way in the back. You're just up this.
Wow, Casey, Grim is watching your stream right now and he just fucking Steam messaged me. What a cuck.
Fucking they went the wrong way.
I guess Bear wants me to go first.
Well, I don't know. I'd almost let the APC go in the middle.
That's what I was thinking, but then he stopped and let me go.
I really don't want to get run over by that thing.
I don't think we could have run.
Well, it's better if we could run security on the rear end of it, because it can.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We have better flip around. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Shit's already kicking off down there.
We're gonna hightail it.
Unless our command stops.
We need to keep going. It's Point Bravo. 300 meters. Let's go.
300 meters.
Full scale.
Yeah, man. Just go. Okay, that's good. We already have fortifications here. Park these things just outside the wall. Right side of
And
the
I'm
wall.
focused front.
Right
You guys
wall.
watch out to the sides.
Yep, this will be good for now. Okay. Alrighty. So listen up, guys. Falcon okay. 1. Okay, where's my page now? Alright, listen up. So here's what's going to be happening. We're going to be building trenches in front of this build-a-wall marker. There's going to be a lot of trenches all the way up to the funnel armor with in here with traps markers that Nippy has made, okay? So our goal is going to be making trenches stretching out all throughout the clearing.
Right, Andrew, Turkis.
Are we gonna separate
US SOCOM interrupt
between the trenches? Or are they just gonna act as barriers?
There add separations between trenches every here and there so we can let people through. Make sure they're covered by other trenches in front so that people don't get shot trying to retreat.
Okay.
Alright, let me draw some relative lines.
Do you have a trench preference? Big or small?
I honestly don't care as long as it works.
Okay, no problem. Just want to make sure.
Gotcha. Alright, so something of that kind of pattern to outline the map. There's going to be active combat happening right now. So while we do this shit, the Bradley's going to provide us with cover. Let's move. Holy fuck!
Do what? Well, I mean, I just showed up halfway through that explanation, so.
Okay, everybody move. Let's go.
I had to get one of the recruits to join. Jesus. Already lagging. if you look at me and open my medical menu, since there's a medic bag nearby and I have a pack, you should be able to. Under advanced treatments, use personal aid kit. See that?
Yep.
You can only ever do that. You can do it now.
Listen, Casey, we're gonna pass. Get in the friend.
What happened to you? How am I cheap? Tourniquets on if you can, on yourself. Yeah. He's hella bad. Yeah, Andrew, you're doing that to,
I'm seeing vehicles coming forward. I think so. fucked. I was already fucked. Somebody call out where they are.
not even that bad considering what he just took. Ow! Fuck me. We're all fucked up.
That was not good.
Oh no. Shit. Please wake up. My fucking god. Wallace, fix... I know, I'm about to fucking die. Oh, Jesus. My arms. I'm good, apparently.
I'm not in good shape.
Praise be unto Santa. Oh, we're in deep shit.
Listen, we gotta move back.
We need more walls. We need more walls. If you're not shooting at something, build more walls.
I'm in bad shape, but I'm digging. I'm in bad shape.
bitches. Starling, could you
Copy that.
Light casualty.
use the...
Converted actual call 120.
I gotta adjust my rendering so I can see this motherfucker.
Wallace, you got some HE?
Go for it. Yeah.
Check the
You
check
have
the.
to view distance settings in the scroll wheel. man.
Wallace, you got HE?
Stay where at.
Alright, it's all the way up. That's so high. Now I'm seeing these boys.
Ah, yeah, boys. We got Russians over in
There you
those
go.
trees, over to the east.
Come here. Turn around. Holy shit, that paper clip.
Grenade low on the right.
push it, get back on the line. Let's go, boys.
I think this is just the launch. No, I'm wrong.
It's got stuff on there, doesn't look pretty on the M16.
Oh, I don't care how pretty it looks. I just want to see. Get the M150. I heard that's good.
There's
You ready for some more? Ready to go? I haven't even used much ammo yet. I ain't got nothing to shoot. Fucking shrapnel that was flying over here.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Oh, good Jesus. Chris, you good?
Yeah,
Oh, Sherwood? Sherwood, come over this thing. I'm gonna... You know what, fuck it, just stay there.
Godfather. Be advised there
I'll get Hero. You keep talking about Sherwood. Okay, I'm hitting your arm. Get your arm, please.
Hammerhead act.
You are blue.
Paratroopers, paratroopers. need to go back and rearm.
Unconscious, LR's down. Damn it, you need to make yourself blue, you bastard. After this, I'm gonna make a run back for some medical supplies. I'm using up all my shit.
Good shit. Alright, I'm ready.
There it is. Alright, y'all avoid getting shot for like 3 minutes. tell you before I left.
fucked up over here.
I'm busy.
There is company. We can't hold that. We're at the top.
I don't have one.
I don't know what the state's in Cassius.
Holy fuck.
Maybe there's a vent back over here. I think it's the gas.
Then everybody needs to stay on high alert.
Marcus, it just came down.
Marcus, you need to patch yourself.
User joined your channel.
Okay, so Washburn.
All bad.
Dennis, are you green?
Jesus. My fucking medic bag. Jesus.
Just keep them from bleeding and then put them in the truck. That's all we can do right now.
Are we trying to go to the fallback point, Gamboa? The fallback is east, but this road is going north. Yes, stay with the Hummer. I think we will want to turn right at the first turn, but it's quite a ways, and we're going to go west before we'll be able to go east. At least that's what the map looks like.
You want to come up to the front? I can hardly hear you.
User was moved out of your channel.
Let's see if I can get up there without falling out.
User joined your channel.
I don't know if I can change seats while we're moving. There's going to be a crossroads coming up here in just a little bit. We want to hang a right.
Copy.
If the guy in front of us doesn't turn, why don't you beep him? This should be our turn. Yeah, he sees it. He's turning. This should take us straight to the fallback position. We're almost halfway there from the turn we made. It should be it, straight in front of us. No, go straight into.
Coming?
Thanks for the ride.
It looks like our spots here in Blacksburg are all
Hey, Marcus, I'm gonna go on top of the skyscraper with the other DMRs.
Which one?
Caboose, do you have your medic bag?
Sounds good.
Do what?
Our
Do you have your medic bag?
What's his name? Bear and a battle buddy are up on that roof there where
And I
Wallace
just,
is going.
okay. I just want to make sure that you have it.
I don't know if that's what you want, but they went there.
I forgot I was on Whisper this
Alright, listen up. That skyscraper is one of our defense points.
Okay.
That's a shitty defense point, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, that's what we're signed to do, so yeah.
I just want to let you know it was a shitty point.
Of course, wasn't mine. Deputy be advised, my squad's already, for the most part, inside one of our key points that we gotta defend. The other one
scout some
is to
shit
the
out.
north, west. You guys got that?
Darkus, where do you want me to go?
What's Dippy's
Stand
line
by.
in case we need
One of the defensive points is marked with a black triangle on the map, has a respawn point on it. That's another defensive point we have to defend.
Where's Dippy? Where's Dippy?
Somewhere.
it? What's his line?
He's on 310.
310. Okay.
Alright, listen up. This building right here is the one that we have to defend. So I want defensive trenches set up around it on the road leading to it. I've heard Ralph is setting up mines on the highway to the southwest, but we need more defenses than that.
You can't build trenches on the road.
We can't build trenches? Fuck me in the ass. Okay, well if we find dirt, build trenches. Otherwise, find a building.
Okay. According to long range, I mean, we probably got about 3 minutes or less at this point. Maybe less.
Got it. Alright, relay that to the troops inside.
Got it. Dippy's taking care of the other. He's taking care of the other building. That's his squad.
He should be.
Okay.
I got east side.
Okay. Whatever good point we can find to defend, let's do that.
I was holding the. I was holding the east side of the last defensive position, and I was alone. And then Wallace's squad came to rescue me, and then we all died together.
I was in front of you.
Everybody green, 100%, not even a
I
scratch.
was setting up the trenches. I mean, I took out a bunch of these.
Sherwood, goddammit.
Hades, on 7-1, be advised, I'm birdless.
Our immersion is ruined. Y'all are fucking ruining it.
There is some of Dippy's men. We got Gamboa.
Yeah, you had it set up. You had it set up.
Did you call me?
Trenches, so we did, but I did them a little bit closer, and as I pushed forward, more.
And Sherwood are up here. Sherwood's got a Mazda, so I want him. I think it might be smart to do it.
First sergeant, it don't mean nothing.
Gamboa, Sherwood, go to the construction site to the northwest.
I shot him.
Copy.
You want to be my second sergeant?
Sherwood.
Yeah.
Here's.
Well, still.
Go to the construction site to the southwest.
Who's going?
Just go, my Dippy. Gamboa.
Yeah.
Send him over. Let's go down.
I'm going back down. If y'all need a mag, y'all can come down for it. Shoving so far on my own ass.
I'll be moving. I'll be roaming.
Okay.
Did you guys get a medic over on your pause? Good shit.
Am I looking the wrong way when I look east?
No, east is that way.
Okay. Are there enemies coming from the east?
Unknown, but just expect from everywhere.
Okay, I can do that.
Hades is on his way up the stairs.
I don't want to rappel down because that's gonna be faster, but fuck it.
All teams, please acknowledge GPS marks. We have different calls for zones: earth, fire, and ice. We're going to cover the different targeting zones. If we get calls from any of those different objectives, it is up to discretionary sweep over ordnance on that zone. Over.
Alright, do you have a short range?
Godfather Actual, how copy? Godfather Actual, Hammerhead Actual is requesting at time. Do we have glass eye in the sky? Solid copy. We're requesting ×1 scan for hostile
How did you
movement.
get this up here?
Don't worry about it.
What the fuck? Sweet. Now I have a
Solid
little
copy.
position.
1 mic over tasking.
Now what strong motherfucker carried all this shit up here?
Me,
Alright, do you have a
me.
short range? Or do any of you guys?
Negative.
I do.
I'm talking
Hey,
out hard.
everybody move away from the edge.
Andrew.
Move away from the edge.
Move away from the edge.
They're gonna place down armament
Rico,
and stuff like that.
move back.
Because we got the ability to put down like a sandbag or anything down here?
I can
Calm
do
the
it
fuck
on
down.
because I want
Hey guys,
I want big things.
Hey boys with long range radios, do you guys have short range radios?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, team leads and my LR
Andrew,
man
shut the fuck up.
Brewer are currently on 310. That's the team lead channel, or the important people channel with short range.
Alright.
So if you guys have any important call outs for Cass, I'm leader of Falcon, so just shoot that over 310.
Sounds good. That's fucking cool that Smith is actually building the map right here.
Right? I want a fucking high mounted M2, that way I can blast
guys,
it.
We're just gonna get
south
what we're
and
getting,
west.
so.
I mean, I did actually kind of have a, M2 in the truck that I
Dippy, are you
stole.
on the fortifications west of the town?
Targets be advised just got from command that there will be attack from south and west.
South and
Hammerhead
west.
Actual copies all transmissions.
Solid,
so
south
check
and
out
west.
to all remaining
So
teams.
everybody stay on southwest.
All ground teams be advised. We have
Copy,
enemy
copy.
contact coming from southwest. Over.
Solid copy.
Confirm hostiles are going to be coming from the south and west. Do keep in mind these guys might flank on the
I want
east
some
side. though.
fucking walls right here, that way I can, or at least like wall cutting, that way I don't get shot.
Targets be advised, command advised that, wait one. Command advised that,
My team be advised.
forces
Task
primarily
back
connected
towards
with
fallback
BMPs,
point. We have
BTRs,
enemies coming
T-72s
from
are
south
mostly
to
in
the
the airfield.
west. I'm gonna
How
keep
come?
you guys on fire
Understood.
and whiskey
Okay,
at time.
go inside the building.
Keep me perimeter on
Possible.
that. We're gonna keep a perimeter of
Yeah, I'm
about
in here.
500 meters out
Solid.
front fallback point because they're moving hot mobile over to our zone.
Copy that.
Because shit's about to get
Solid copy
real.
that.
We have
We're watching.
BMPs, BTRs, and shit like that, so get ready
Yep,
for a
you're in the
fight
right
of your
spot.
life.
You're either with me, a security team on the ground,
Oh,
or
dude, we should
like
grab fucking one of those arsenals and walk them up here too. It wouldn't
feel
work
free to go to the
really, I
roof,
don't
and
think.
if I need help, I'll call up there and ask for people to do that.
Or what's your location?
I'm currently on the bottom.
Let's get set for the big time, boys.
Now on the second floor.
Don't be afraid of shit. Just Russians, they won't do anything to you.
Targets
as
I'm
long
on
as you fucking shoot
the
back.
second floor. First or second floor right now.
I see that.
Yeah, I'm hearing light on fire.
Pass it along to the men that we need AT4s and other shit like that if they got them. BMPs and other shit like that's gonna be needed, so make sure I'll get better.
Got it.
Hades to Hammerhead, be advised we may be getting orders coming in.
I feel like that's just the F-16 in there right now.
All teams be advised. We have IDF in
Yep. We got enemies to the south-northwest.
Targets be advised, IDF inbound.
Hades to Pokey. I have eyes on.
BMP's coming in. BMP's coming in down the
Those
road.
AT force ready, getting everything prepped.
Down the main road, we got BMP's coming in.
Hey, all teams, be advised, my guys in air are lighting up those BMTs.
Got it.
Hey, I've got hostile movement 215, about 300
I got one more
southwest.
BMP down here that I lost sight of in the smoke.
Hey,
If I can find it, I can
linking
let
to
you
our
know.
south. 200.
After that, 200.
Eyes on.
Hey, Target Smith. I was gonna tell you there's dude coming.
God damn it.
There!
Straight south.
What?
I need you to get on a channel. 3, 2, 1.
I don't have a fucking short range.
Okay, never mind.
Drop your short range.
Targets be advised,
Short range on the ground. We're not supposed to have short ranges, let alone you.
To the south. Switch your eyes to the south. Main road.
Alright.
Targets gave it to you.
Close to the fire.
Okay, just... Why did Targets give that to you?
Pokey 1.
Deliver it, and then I died with it, so you can have it.
Solid copy.
Okay.
Be advised, it is on fire. You have times 3 Vic moving up fire.
Help me, SPC on a second.
Solid copy that.
Targets be advised, infantry coming in south.
On time.
Speed up, Pokey. You're getting engaged heavily.
Be advised, red teams
See anything, Brewer?
But they're not Apache. Shoot them.
Hines are MI-24s. Those are MI-28s.
Good
shot.
Yeah. Main road again.
Yep, I got it. Vehicles. What's that lane?
Southwest road.
I gotta go down and resupply.
User left your channel.
We can run down. I can run with you downstairs to get some more if you need it. Copy that.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Fuck is that?
What's going on?
If you want to
Fucking repelling.
breaking some ammo while I'm going to grab it.
We could just start looking at crate up that ladder.
Mobile south. Foot mobile south.
Some over there.
Brewer. See where I'm pointing?
Enemy helo.
User joined your channel.
Call that shit out. Holy shit, they're close. Nope, fuck them. They're dead if they're over there. They're swarming that bitch. Coming up. Murder, fall back inside. Holy shit. Ow! Medic coming up. Medic coming up. Right here. I'm here. I'm working on 'em. Can you throw me on the ground floor? We got guys almost coming in the doors. The back side. Put some band-aids on it. The more band-aids you put on, the faster it can do it. It's a little rough, but we got a couple guys here now. Alright, I've got Fuentes. Go. Alright, go do something else. Also heard at the top of the building. We're currently repelling hostiles. Don't need it. Go. There's a lull in combat. Make sure everybody's green. You got it.
I'm about to be blue if you could.
No, don't fuck with that. Where are you? And bandage your head.
I would love to answer your questions.
You should.
That southwest.
I checked the bag earlier. You can use it on your arm or leg.
Be advised, if any of the mission sees that time,
Band-aids on it.
we have to
Plastic all
get
over.
from the north.
Friendlies from the north.
Friendlies from the north.
Hold on, Andrew. Hold on, Andrew. Hold on, Andrew. Okay, now go. Now go, Andrew.
Who's house pressure over there?
From there. Those are friendly impactions. Great.
Is that a friendly to our north?
No, I understand. Oh, shit. Okay, go. Let's go. You walk to the side. Get over to cabin. Get over to cabin. Where's cabin?
The west side is we can't. We can make pushes for it, but every time we go up there, there's a mine that comes and breaks it.
User in your channel timed out.
Brady, find out if we're pursuing them. Solid copy. Got Valor actual. Falcon unit 2
User disconnected from your channel.
Got Valor actual. Gun squad's asking if we are to pursue and counterattack toward the airport. How copy?
No.
We just lost our medic, so we're just gonna be survival for now.
Sounds like people want to keep playing.
Solid copy. Falcon 2 out. Negative on the pursuit.
Alright. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're not bleeding, you're just in pain.
I know, I got myself.
Command,
We should be fine for now.
Oh my god.
Good shit.
So what now?
If you need ammo or badges, go to the center of the compound.
Yeah, it'll just turn into a gigantic
Oh shit. I just fell and died. I almost died.
Please tell me.
God damn it.
Rower, can you see if Bear is alive? Because he
I'm
decided
alive,
to be...
I'm alive. I just fell.
He's alive.
Yeah,
3,
you
4
fell
stories.
fucking 4 stories, god damn it.
How did I live?
He's a trained professional.
How did I live?
Set up evac.
I'm alive. What the fuck?
Ammo, bandages
Listen up,
on me right now.
We'll take this time to make sure everybody's green. Where's that location gonna be?
It's like an A for effort right now, man. I just fell off of a 4 or 5 story building pretty much. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, I fell 4 stories. I just fell 4 stories and lived.
No, what was... Say again, Dippy, or did you say you were taking the airport?
What did he just say? I still need help, so I mean, I'm not alive, like, I'm not dead.
Godfather actual, this is Falcon 1-2. Be advised, the Prestige unit insists that he is retaking the
User entered your channel.
It is now
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Solid copy out. Alright, looks like we're evacuating. Any operation will be undertaken.
User joined your channel.
Everybody out, getting off the group, we're done here.
Alright, time to jump 4 stories.
I swear to God, if you do that again, I'm gonna shoot you.
Falcon 1. Solid copy.
Are these friendlies?
You boys doing okay?
We have 12 more.
I'm about to die. Hey, look, I'm gonna put some bandages in the helicopter. I need you to heal yourself, alright?
Alright. Hey.
Loki still has lots of spots open.
Ghost is still doing
I'm putting bandages in there. Heal yourself, boys. Heal yourself.
Alright, thank you.
Here's some
11.
morphine. Got you some morphine and bandages. Pick all that up. Heal yourself, boys.
Hey, Bird. RTB.
Thank you.
Alright, let me grab a friendly sprite. I'll be right back.
I'm working on Fuentes.
I can use some
Nothing as
blood
well.
transfusion if anybody gets a chance once we get back. I've been bleeding like hell since Cammy died.
Solid copy.
Fuentes is stable to Gamby without a medic.
Godfather, Actual, this is Falcon 1. All Falcon accounted for on this bird or next bird coming in.
I'll be good for now, as long as they don't reopen.
You know what?
Alright, Actual, repeat last.
Wanna take a move landing?
That's right.
I think after this one, I'm going to become a combat vet. I'm tired of dying.
Solid copy. All ground assets accounted for. Team leader, or squad leader Tarkus is taking the scene to the last bit of Falcon getting on. They've just boarded and everybody's looking in the air now.
You boys want to sing the national anthem? Fuck no. Alright.
What nation? Yeah.
One nation.
Like a good neighbor. Stay over there. Like a good neighbor. Stay over there. Hey, you want to hear a joke while we're transporting?
Transport's almost over, make it quick.
Alright. What do you call a midget Mexican?
What's that?
We're home.
You call him a paragraph because he's not the full essay. Hey, how do you fit?
Ace. Hey, rookies, take off your helmets. Rookie, take off your helmet. Andrew, helmet off.
What?
Helmet off.
Starling, you can sit by me, I don't mind.
I mean, yeah, you're dumb because you gave me extra stairs.
I've been putting freaking bandages on my wounds since we left the fucking place. Anybody found a medic?
Same. I'm also now in pain.
Go up
That's
to the
what 200
fly
gets.
stick back here.
Let me heal you.
Sit down. Sorry, I was trying to heal you. Get back over here.
Got any other seconds with Yellowstone?
I'm at morphine. I'm gonna have these.
I'm giving you some epi and some morphine. Don't worry, I'm the drug lord.
My heart rate is almost.
You can call me the blood. That ain't shit and everything.
Yeah, yes. I need to get it.
Because they told us to
I'm healing you. Don't worry about it.
Hey, don't
take that.
Yeah, run away, Farmer.
My ears.
You want to see me try to overdose fucking Wallace here with morphine?
Get out.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
yeah, I
walk
know
up to
that,
the
but you
screen or
guys
look at the screen from here and apply a step back
as far as I know.
Which screen?
That black one.
Where was Corsair? Weren't they right next to us?
No, they were on the
Yeah,
edge.
it's already
Like when the little bird finally left, I saw like a lot of them. I'm pretty sure it was them like walking down the road towards the gas station.
Swear to God, I was a shrimp. Just still down there.
They're on the piano coming in. I didn't realize they were getting close that time. Did they not have their own alarm?
They should have.
Seemed to be asking me to guys for a radio call. Just fine. I just didn't know if they were without alarm.
Tarkus, helmet off. Tarkus.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
We didn't crash at all. We landed. Someone fucking ripped us off.
Who's that back in the second row that doesn't have their helmet off?
What day?
Hey, Fuentes, can you take your damn helmet off?
Like, we lost our engine and everything. When we landed, we were soft. We were good.
Yeah,
Got
drag
out of the
that thing
helicopter,
on the
and then it
ground. So,
exploded.
there you go. Beautiful haircut, by the way.
I was about to start repairing it. And that exploded right in my face.
Holy cow.
Who's that guy in the back row?
Killed it.
Is that Blanco?
Excuse me, sir. Can you take your damn helmet off?
Look at that guy.
Thank you. God dang,
I'm just glad I
disrespectful
was
maggots.
able to auto-rotate that thing. That thing is heavy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I was like, well,
I love this guy.
Regulation says to have our headgear on.
Right there, too.
Yeah, we're in the battlefield, but right now we're at debrief.
Are these pilots supposed to have their helmets on? Because damn it, they do.
Those helmets are part of their heads.
Okay,
You see, they're sore.
Surgically
and
attached.
they honestly don't apply it to the rules because they can fuck off.
Yeah, and nobody
Bergen, I
actually knows
trusted
what
you.
Kareth looks like either. He just, it's always on his face.
Bergen, I trusted you.
Excuse me. Can you
We
talk
actually
about
don't want to see what their faces look like. We might all die.
Why is everyone looking
they're
up
ugly
and to
as
the
fuck.
right? Hey, can you hear me?
I honestly do not know.
Hammerhead actual how copy.
What the hell's up there?
God.
Black.
Somewhere.
Needed.
What the fuck is that?
Come on, Zoid, take your helmet off.
That is
First
one
calling
big
for you.
iPad, boys.
Hammerhead.
Sarge, helmet off.
I'm gonna sit by you. Do you bite?
Lost all contact with teams.
Yes, I do. Shit.
Alright, let's take a seat.
Oh shit, guys, we got some good promotions for today.
Hostile chain inbound.
Oh, did you check everyone?
Alright, y'all keep your seats. Keep your seats, keep
how
your
many-
seats. Hero, take off your helmet.
I don't know.
I bite Andrew.
Grim
Just letting
wanted
you
to
know.
be promoted at 10.
How you
but I
doing?
don't know for
My name's
sure. I
Bear.
don't know.
Of course I'll bite.
That got changed back.
Okay.
No?
You have
Okay, I didn't
AIDS?
think so.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty
Sadly,
sure Bear
no.
does have AIDS.
I used to have
fuck
AIDS,
you.
so I got my goldfish pregnant.
Bears don't have AIDS. Monkeys have AIDS.
Exactly.
Alright, fall in.
Everybody take your damn seat, let's
25
go.
people. Did you get everyone?
I don't care
already
who
in
you
the
are.
building?
Yes, Source, sit down.
Yeah,
Take
I
seats,
got
helmets
everybody on
off.
the bird.
Why weren't you at
Damn it, Caboose, take your helmet off.
Alright.
Let's see Fuentes. I'm gonna
Oh. That is a mission complete for all parties involved. We did lose the airport, which was, I can't stress how significant that is, but it was pretty fucking significant. The enemy now has a FOB with an airfield, so they can now launch. We no longer have air superiority, at least to say the least. So our next main op, we are going to be doing our best to make it easy for the USAF, but they're going to have a much harder time. They're no longer going to have free skies, so to speak. Now, with all that said, while we did lose the airfield, we did not lose Washburn. So we maintain our long-range communication abilities, the ability to call in for support, our logistical chain back in to north of us, as well as to DC and to San Diego, so we can continue to get troops, resupplies, etc., which is incredibly key.
What the hell? Put that thing back in your pants, damn it!
User was kicked out of your channel.
Who took their laptop into the bathroom?
It's fucking
User left your channel.
With all of that said, I have to commend you guys, because you guys, I don't even know how many people you killed. You did not. We actually, our casualty rate as well was not terrible. We didn't have many people die. In fact, you guys did very good, and I want to attribute that to about 50% excellent work by JTAC and SOAR for keeping the armor and the heat off of most of you guys. There was a lot that, if you were on the ground, you did not see in the background, and you know, you should thank your team leads, JTAC and SOAR, for keeping that heat off of you. SOAR pretty much lost all of their birds except for that
User
Blackhawk.
joined your channel.
That was absolutely key in your defense of Washburn, so good work there. And everybody on the ground as well with the AT work. My God. Excellent shooting. Excellent shooting. The troop movement, if there was any, the only negative I really saw was the loss of the 2 Abrams that basically just stayed stationary. In that sense, I think they must have realized that the tanks were there and just got close enough to call in a strike on them, and I believe that's what killed them. Not sure who was in the tank, but it seemed you guys were doing good up until that point. For infantry, guys on the ground, recruits, excellent work, excellent shooting. I wish the scoreboard worked properly, but the amount of kills obviously is much higher than what is on there. So, and then that leads us into Gareth, who, despite all the memery, he probably did the most work in terms of taking out armor. Now, granted, he was in the F-16, but still, that armor is armor, and those T-72s are a tough cookie to crack, especially with even the Apaches. So, good work by him. I don't have anything else. You guys did really well at Washburn, and just good overall coordination. Your fire was very effective. Good gun emplacements with the ARs, especially. Who were up on the garage. I think Sherwood, you had some guys up there with you, and then we had people out on the southwest and western corners on the roads. That was excellent work. Just good shooting all around. Anyways, that's all I've got. We can get the leads. So I believe that would be Sergeant Dippy, and who was the other lead? Was that Brewer?
Tarkus.
Copy. All right, you guys can take the floor.
Honestly, the airfield, we did as good as I expected us to. Once the Heinz started, it was all over. Yeah,
Okay.
but Washburn, great job. Beautiful holdout. I didn't see much of the recruits. And the 2, Starling and whatever you got. Where's the other one?
There were 3 of them.
Yes, but I only encountered 2 of them.
Well, I got hit by a 4-wheeler.
There's Starling, Andrew, and Ghost.
It's
The
an
2 that I
accomplishment to put
encountered,
in the book.
Ghost and Starling, did great with the setting up of the defensive perimeter. I'm gonna let Tarkus talk more about them, but my crew You know, you guys are a solid bunch.
Technically, we had 4 recruits.
Prestige 1.
Yo, I was laying the dick with the M14 that second objective.
So, as
Thought you
for
didn't unlock it
Falcon,
yet.
so just a little bit of context. My crew had all of the recruits plus 1, and shit like that. And I have to say, all of you recruits did phenomenal. Starling, I know you've played a shitload of armor, so I did rely on your experience to use the Stinger, and you did God's work. Holy shit.
I'm pretty sure Starling killed more heroes than Gareth, who's in a fucking F-16, so that should be something to be said there.
Whoa, watch
Yeah,
the
every
competition
upgrade.
there.
I don't know. Garrett saved our ass in a Bradley. In hero.
Oh, I'm not saying he didn't put in good work, but for AA work, that's mighty impressive.
Yeah. Anyways, good fucking push on setting up that mass amount of trenches in front of Point Bravo. That was good shit. As although we did get hit, I mean those were HE and concussion blasts and shrapnel and shit. I mean there's not much we can do there, especially to the point where we got blown up by Hines. And I think it was cluster bombs because I think me and Caboose were the only ones alive for about 3 seconds before we died by secondary explosives at the end there. Before we all respawned at the airfield. And then, well, we all know the story there.
Clusterfuck.
that was fucking crazy. And then at Washburn, good shit with the holdouts, guys. Starling, like again, you did God's work with the Stinger. Andrew, thank you for being the ammo carrier at times. We needed that shit. Tammy was fucking good shit with the medical. I really have no complaints. Brewer, you are good shit with the radio. And everybody did good stuff. I mean, I wasn't able to see everybody. People were in places I don't know, so I wasn't able to see everybody at all times. But you guys knew what you were doing. You guys knew how to communicate with everybody else. And that's all I gotta say. No complaints.
Can I say something?
Not yet.
No. Okay.
Just denied.
Rico.
All right. So from a SOAR perspective tonight, it was business was really busy tonight. The getting was pretty good. We did end up losing 1 Apache and 2 little birds, but you know, little birds are not going to last very long in a fucking armor assault. We were able to take out quite a few armor. Great job to Gareth, who's a quitter. He was able to take out a lot of armor, so that was good. I do want to give a round of applause to this hard dick motherfucker over here on the ledge. This dude is the fucking champ. If he wasn't up there doing JTAC tonight, it probably would have turned out quite a bit differently.
We appreciate him as he falls gracefully from his place of origin.
Yep.
Stand up,
anyway,
hard.
So the airport was pretty fucking busy. We were being engaged left and right and center, 24/7 at the fucking airfield. As soon as we got above the buildings, we were actively being engaged by something at all times. So it was extremely difficult to coordinate and actually have a second to get weapons deployed. But we were able to do it for a good while there. We finally got to the point where it was fucking all out and the base was taken. We took the one last Blackhawk we had and we moved to Washburn. Had the F-16 continue our cap and CAS support all mission. And when we got to Washburn, we helped set up defenses as well as coordinate a CCI or a CCP, I'm sorry, for casualties who were coming in from the airport. Helped the team leaders to get their guys situated as far as that was concerned, so that we could immediately deploy and set up defenses. And then, yeah, had our Blackhawk on station to help defend that area. We were able to drive off even more enemy air, including Mi-28s, which was really fun. And we were able to save Washburn, so that's a victory. That was really fun. Don't have any real complaints. It was butt clenching for sure. I'll let you know when my butt opens back up.
Business?
Stand by.
Alright. Now, with that, that concludes the debrief. However, this is only part 1, so stay tuned for the next main knock where we continue our campaign here in Yellowstone. We all please rise.
Do a 21 gun salute.
Up.
Like,
Get the fuck up, Bear.
Hang on.
I can.
You gonna knock him down?
We're gonna
10-meter
Do we
nuke.
need
Taps?
Are you gonna smack
I have
him?
taps.
Alright,
10-meter
everybody
nuke.
stay standing. Everybody stay standing.
don't
Where
go
did he-
anywhere.
Wait.
You will
do we-
regret it
do
if
we
you
need
move
someone
from
to play
this.
taps?
Oh, you just
Shoulder your weapon.
That's not cap.
And salute. And 2. Alright, you guys are dismissed. Everyone please take a knee.
Hey, Gary. I forgot to salute.
I'm gonna run away.
Who did?
Who's got the M14?
What is it?
And thank you everybody for coming out. This is our biggest operation in quite a long time.
This was fun as shit.
User left your channel.